I used to think the worst part of my job as a state trooper was the crashes, twisted metal, long nights, the knock on someone's door at 2 a.m. But I was wrong. The worst moment of my career happened on a quiet suburban corner at 7:42 on a Tuesday morning, when I heard my daughter scream through a police radio before I even knew it was her. It was already humid in Brookhaven Estates, the kind of southern morning where the air feels heavy before the sun's even fully up. Sprinklers clicked in neat little arcs across trimmed lawns, garage doors rumbled open, and kids with oversized backpacks gathered at the bus stop like they did every weekday. My 8-year-old daughter, Lily, had her own careful routine. 3 porch steps, slow, deliberate, then the sidewalk to the corner of Pine Hollow and Ridgeway. She wore bright purple leg braces, carbon fiber and metal, custom-built after a birth defect made walking tough, but not impossible. They were bulky, a little loud when she moved, but to her, they were just part of life. She called them her robot legs. I always watched from the front window before heading out on patrol. Every morning, same mix of pride and nerves. She was brave in a way that made me feel small sometimes. That morning seemed no different. She reached the bus stop, waved at the driver, and started up the steps. I grabbed my hat, headed for my cruiser, and figured the day would be paperwork and speed traps. Then the radio cracked to life. Unit in vicinity of Brookhaven Estates, Pine Hollow, and Ridgeway. Report of an adult female assaulting a child boarding a school bus. Possible injury. EMS en route. I felt my stomach drop before my brain caught up. Brookhaven Estates. My street. I didn't wait for dispatch to finish. Trooper 312. I'm 2 minutes out, code 3. Siren on, lights flashing. I drove like every second mattered, because it did. When I pulled up behind the bus, the red lights were still blinking. A small crowd had formed on the sidewalks, that frozen, horrified stillness people get when they've just watched something they can't process. Lily was on the curb, crying, clutching her leg. One of her braces was bent inward at an ugly angle. Kneeling beside her was Mr. Alvarez, the bus driver, looking equal parts furious and shaken. Standing 10 feet away, clutching a clipboard like it was a badge, was a woman I knew all too well, Denise Holbrook, president of the Brookhaven HOA. I didn't look at Denise first. I went straight to Lily. "Hey, bug," I said, keeping my voice soft even though my pulse was pounding in my ears. "Daddy's here. Tell me where it hurts." She pointed to her lower leg, tears streaking down her cheeks. She pulled me, Daddy. I was going up and she yanked my backpack. My leg twisted. I saw the scrape on her elbow, the bent brace, and something inside me went very, very cold. Mr. Alvarez stood up. "Officer." She ran up yelling about the stop not being approved. Before I could get out of my seat, she grabbed that child and pulled her straight off the steps. He pointed at Denise. "I've been driving buses 22 years. I've never seen anything like that." That's when I finally faced Denise. Perfect hair, pressed tennis outfit, lips tight with irritation instead of concern. "Officer, I was preventing an unauthorized stop," she said, like we were discussing a parking violation. "This bus is deviating from its assigned route. The HOA is not responsible for special accommodations for one household." I blinked. "You dragged a child off a school bus." I intervened, she snapped. "There's a difference. These extra stops affect property values and association costs." She gestured vaguely at Lily. I didn't realize she'd fall. Didn't realize. Like my daughter was a dropped grocery bag. I took a breath, the kind we practice at the academy so we don't let emotion wreck procedure. "Ma'am, you need to step over here." While another unit took witness statements, I checked the bus cameras with Mr. Alvarez. Clear as day, Lily climbing carefully, Denise rushing forward, grabbing the backpack straps, yanking hard. Lily flying backward, brace slamming into the curb with a metallic crack. The audio caught Denise still ranting about unauthorized services while my kid cried. I walked back outside. "Denise Holbrook, you're under arrest for assault on a minor and interference with school transportation." Her mouth fell open. "Are you insane? I run this neighborhood. I'll have your badge. Turn around." The cuffs clicked shut. The whole street was silent except for the idling bus engine and Lily's soft sniffles behind me. At the hospital, X-rays showed a bad sprain and deep bruising, but no fracture. The brace, though, was totaled. $5,000 and weeks of adjustments down the drain. Lily tried to be brave, But that night she asked if the lady was going to come back. That question hurt worse than anything else. The criminal case seemed straightforward, until it wasn't. A week later, the district attorney called. "We've got a problem," she said. The SD card from the bus camera system was missing. Gone. Without it, the footage I saw couldn't be entered as primary evidence. Denise had apparently lingered near the driver's console during the chaos. No one saw her take anything, but the card had vanished. Her lawyer pounced. Suddenly, she wasn't a woman who'd yanked a child off a bus. She was a concerned community leader who tried to steady a disabled child who lost her balance. They hinted the fall was an accident, that emotions had distorted memories. Without video, it became he said, she said. I'd faced drunk drivers who showed more remorse. Denise just smiled in court like this was an HOA dispute that got a little out of hand. Some nights I lay awake replaying that clip in my head, wishing the jury could see what I saw. Then, 3 days before trial, the school district's transportation tech called the DA. Turns out newer buses auto-upload short video bursts to a secure server when emergency radio calls are made. Mr. Alvarez's dispatch call had triggered it. No SD card needed. In court, when that cloud footage played on the big screen, you could feel the air leave the room. There was no spin, no gray area, just a grown woman lunging at a child and ripping her off a bus. But the prosecutor didn't stop there. Lily's braces had embedded sensors that logged impact data for medical tracking. A specialist testified the force recorded matched a backward pull and hard curb strike, not a simple stumble. Science backed up what Lily said through tears. The jury was out less than an hour. Guilty on all counts. Denise didn't look powerful anymore when the verdict came down, just small and stunned. She ended up with prison time and a civil judgment that forced her to sell the very house she'd claimed to be protecting. The HOA changed leadership fast after that. Funny how quickly rules bend when liability shows up. Lily got new braces, lighter and stronger. She still walks to the bus stop, though I notice she looks over her shoulder now. I still watch from the window. I still wear the badge. But I think about how close that case came to falling apart. All because someone with a title thought control mattered more than kindness. Here's what sticks with me. Denise truly believed she was right. That property values and paperwork outranked a child's safety. And plenty of people in that courtroom nodded along with her lawyer until the video shut them up. Makes you wonder how often loud confidence passes for truth when no one has proof handy. So I want to ask you, have you ever seen someone hide cruelty behind rules or policy? Have you ever watched a person in power pick on someone they thought couldn't fight back? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read more of them than you'd think, and trust me, these conversations matter more than any HOA bylaw ever will.